Hi everybody, this is Mr. Lu. This video is a controversial video that's inspired by one of my critics. Thanks to him, I've decided to make this video. So I've received this criticism very often, and he says that Mr. Lu, you are such a failure, or some form of it. You're such a failure because you stay in a HDB, right? You don't stay in you don't stay in a landed house. You don't stay in a condo. You don't stay in Orchard Road. You drive a simple car, and you dare call yourself rich. Yeah, you're so lousy with property investment. You're such a failure in life, right? So, and you say, look at other gurus, right? They drive big cars. They've got such a flashy, successful life and things like that. So I thought that, okay, buongiorno. No, just saying hello and good morning to people. Okay, so I thought that this is an educational video I would like to share with especially the young Singaporeans, that success in Singapore does not only means the path using property. And success in Singapore has many definitions, right? So I'm going to give you one possible journey that I've taken, and for you to consider. And for those people who are big property, fanatics and big property investors, this video is probably not for you. Okay, but if you choose to listen, I'm happy also. For those people who are willing to consider, this path of success, I will just say this. Let's go to the topic itself. So the topic is called "Staying in HDB Make Me Richer and Happier," and I would just start by saying that I absolutely don't get much more satisfaction staying in a landed house or private property in Singapore, because number one, I don't stay a lot of time I don't spend a lot of time in Singapore. For all the time I spend in Singapore, I just the thing I really enjoy is spending time with my family and my friends, right? And those are can be achieved in a HDB or in any kind of environment. I don't see a need for me to have facilities like tennis court, swimming pool, and all this, because for me, I don't get much satisfaction. And don't house sell me, because a lot of you who are condo dwellers, or facilities people or club owners, you don't have time to enjoy those facilities. I know. I have a club membership, not expensive one, to NUSS. Okay. But I'm just, my wife is the one who owns it and just pay for nothing. We hardly got a chance to use those facilities because we have no time for it, right? But all I do for exercise is just to walk, and I can do that anywhere, right? I can do it anywhere. I don't think a lot of you need to buy, own private houses for a face uplift. Not all, but quite a few of them. I've got this a lot of times, right? When I tell people who own the HDB, said HDB very LC, low class. The neighbors that you have is a socio-economic status that's one notch below, right? And then the environment is so stinky and smelly. And then and I cannot be seen not only at Ang Mo Chu, Ang Mo Chu in Hokkien, is in Hokkien, but it means private property and things like that. So there is a socio-economic status that's associated with non-HDB. I can understand that, but I don't need it. You might need it. I don't need it. I don't impress anybody. I certainly don't need to, I don't need that for my self-actualization or self-esteem. And I know of two very famous investors, very ultra-rich gazillion billionaires, that actually stay in HDB equivalent. Okay, they are Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger. Both are top investors in Berkshire Hathaway and in US, and they stay in very humble house in US. By US standard, that's almost a HDB equivalent. Yeah, they are landed house, but US, everybody stay in landed house. When I was staying in US, everybody staying there. I was staying in landed house as well. I rent one, but they stay in really humble neighborhoods. Really humble, and they have never changed it for I don't know how many decades, 3 or 4 or 5 decades. So I'm very inspired by them, and I've decided to stay in HDB is a great thing. I have, because of me not staying in not staying at private property, I've, as a result, very little shackles in my life. Very little mortgages, nothing that hold me back. And when I need to fire my boss, I fire, which I did. When I need to pursue the job I like, I pursue. And when I need to take on riskier investments and riskier businesses, I do. And that, as a result, it helped me own three companies, and big investor in a few others, and I'm able to take on more risk. And by modern day valuation, my companies are probably worth enough for me to live three lives over. So I think I've also announced to everybody that by now my wife and I own $1 million CPF accounts. We have hit $1.8 million, and at the rate it's going, we'll probably hit 4 million to 5 million by 65. That's more than enough for me. More than enough for me, right? And it's not because I'm rich, therefore I got rich CPF accounts, right? So it's because I manage my CPF account well. CPF account has limits. Whether you're rich or poor, as long as you're not too low in income, we are all the same. Then who gets more CPF account? Let's see how well you manage your CPF account. So I'm on a path to become pretty well to do by CPF standard. So I'm able to take on stock market a lot more better, steadier, wiser, because I don't own a private property. Because I'm able to form a strong financial safety net in my CPF account, and then after I can then layer my S&P, Nasdaq, and so on. A lot more wiser in this downturn. And in this downturn, I've invested enough, and the uplift have helped me make a few $100,000 of profits. Okay, and I've showed everybody how to do it. I fired every shot and tell everybody when I do it. So, well, some people have been successful pursuing private properties and climb up flipping properties and climbing up as private property escalation paths and things like that. Good for you, right? Good for you. It's my belief that some of these days might be over because of the heavy ABSD, and it's a lot more restrictive nowadays. I'll just say this to the young people. What is more important, and I think you're a lot more wiser than the previous generation, my generation above, that stop following social norms, believing that the path to success means bigger house and bigger cars and showing off. Stop believing that that taking on huge loans, flipping properties is the only way to success. Okay, there are many paths that leads to wealth. Pick the path that gives you the most joy, most satisfaction, the most freedom. All right, be like me. Be like me. If this is what makes you happier, be like me, a successful HDB dweller. So with this, thank you. Okay, I hope that all of y'all have a interesting time with me. I'll be coming up again with new videos in a day or two. Especially looking at stock market now, there's already breached 2-year highs. But if you like this video, please give a like and subscribe and share with fellow Singaporeans, especially young Singaporeans. And I'll see you in a day or two. Thank you and goodbye.